All right. Moving on to our next question. I am personally intrigued about this. Like, what's broken in how we traditionally approach embedded security, and what's the core problem Trustonic is helping OEMs or even tier ones solve in that case? Could you help me understand?
Sure. Yeah, it's a good question. I think when you look at what's broken in the traditional approach, it boils down to maybe a mismatch between what was assumed yesterday and what's
Hmm.
today's software defined reality. It's two different approaches are needed to address the problem. So traditionally, solutions were being designed, the security solutions, I mean, were being designed for isolated and single function devices, such as HSMs and secure elements and things like that. But
Hmm.
today, embedded systems are interconnected, so they're updated over the air, they're integrated with broader ecosystems. So, as someone who's been involved in selling security products for many years, what I've seen is a slow but clear movement away from security as an afterthought, something that's to be checked or bolted on at the end of a project. And I see a movement more towards the secure by design approach, making it front of mind at the outset of the project. So,
Right.
legacy systems didn't have to be as concerned with things like network connectivity. The vehicle was self-contained. It might have had a couple of external interfaces like USB or OBD. Now the wireless connectivity options like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 5G, LTE, and so on, it just means the number of entry points into the vehicle has grown massively and much more
Hmm.
consideration is needed. So we say that a zero trust approach must now be applied, and that includes embedded environments. The industry also in the past had, well, they've taken a while to move their cryptography forward. I would say there are cases where they're still relying on weak and outdated algorithms like SHA-1. They are using hard-coded keys in their ECUs and making these fundamental mistakes and not really moving with the times when it comes to cryptography. So this is changing, which I'm happy to say, but it hasn't disappeared yet. And when you involve somebody like Trustonic or Sasken from the start of a project and you
Hmm.
use a trusted OS in the correct way, with the expertise that we can bring, because having the tool isn't enough, you need to use it correctly as well. Well, this can provide you with the hardware-backed key storage, access to modern crypto. The key is again how to use these tools. Knowing how to use them is so important because you can have a door with the strongest lock in the world, but if you leave it open or leave the key in it, it's not going to give you any protection. So you need the security partner or the security knowledge guiding you on how to get the most out of the tools that you've chosen to put into your vehicle. So if we look at the legacy and modern approaches, I'd say that the industry is coming up to date in dealing with cybersecurity needs of today. That's great to see. There is still a gap, but it's being closed. But also the future needs to be considered as well. So it's not just about what's needed today. It's about what's coming down the line. The regulations today are asking for the vehicles to be able to be updated throughout their life cycle. So if there's vulnerabilities or
Right.
bugs, there must be updates. So the OTA updates that need to happen in the field need to be secured. So that's involves securing the connection, securing the data, securing the profile of the data, perhaps in a secure file system on the device. This
Hmm.
needs to be ongoing throughout the vehicle lifetime. And then maybe a final word if we're talking about the future on post-quantum. So post-quantum computing is coming. Some timelines are showing that the vehicles that are coming off the manufacturing line today will be vulnerable to post-quantum computing attacks during their lifetime. So the sort of more aggressive timelines, the US are actually saying that post-quantum will be a reality within 10 years. So obviously that's not too far down the line, and it means these cars that are being manufactured today need to be protected about these against these things in the future. So at
Hmm.
Trustonic, it's something that we're providing today with our most recent release. We're including the possibility of using post-quantum resilience in your TrustZone solution with an objective of being able to provide protection for these vehicles that are going out today, but to make sure they're protected long into the future.
Most embedded systems bolt on security way too late, right? Trustonic flips this or flips that with silicon level protection from day one. At Sasken, we turn that into reality, securing ECUs, cockpit systems, and everything in between. Subscribe for what's next.